Hi, I'm Terry Rose, founder of I Love My Life Success Coaching. I would like to invite you to sign up for my 7 free stories, 7 true stories that I've chosen from my life and created videos with important points from each one that show the power of our minds and what we were created, what we were born to do, the ability that we have to change what's going on in the world. And I believe we do that, each one of us, by changing our own lives first. Until you have peace and happiness and contentment and that sense of I'm the one in control of my life. I am not subject to whatever's happening out there. Until you have that feeling, it's easy to live in fear. The world is crazy these days. These insane things go on every single day that make no sense to any of us that have a real heart and that kind of try to live by the golden rule anyway. It just makes no sense. But there are enough people with a good heart to turn things around. And we do that by changing our own lives and using those abilities that we have been born with. I've taken just seven of so many examples in my entire life where I have been able to focus my mind, focus my energy, and make a tremendous change. These examples are astounding. I still have to go back and look at them at times in my life. Just when I get down, when I get caught up in what's going on in the world, I look at these stories again and say, yeah, this is what is possible. And then I just use the techniques that I talk about in the stories. I've developed a very simple formula for living my life. I have street smarts. I took a lot of training. I trained as a life coach and in all kinds of energy work and different modalities. I have spent my entire life since having a near-death experience in the 70s. I've spent my entire life studying, researching, experimenting, and it boils down to some very simple things in the way that we can use our mind and focus our energy that creates change. Nothing out there really has to matter. We don't have control over the things that are going out there, but an amazing thing does happen. When you change what is going on inside of you, your energy shifts and the world around you changes. We have new science that shows why. It helps explain why that happens. But you don't need to understand why it happens. You just need to use the simple techniques that I talk about in these stories and that I use in my coaching. My street smarts comes from the life that was a rough life. I didn't have a rosy life growing up. I had a lot of health problems. I had things that really broke my trust in people, and I was very angry. When I had my near-death experience, I was a very, very angry person that claimed to be an atheist and no God would create a world like this. I was full of despair. I had no hope. And I saw things during my life review that made me come back here and want to change everything about my life and get control over my emotions and stop creating the kind of life that I had been creating. And that's what I did. And my studies and through the years and all of the experimentation that I did showed me that we do have control. And we have it by what we do in our mind and with our energy. And I don't get there through talking. I get there through using techniques. There are simple techniques that I use and incorporate all day long in my life, and they create change. So please sign up for my stories. If any of this makes sense to you, sign up, get those stories, listen to them, watch the videos, see the points that I make in them, and incorporate them into your life. You can easily unsubscribe from the emails, and all I want to do is share information that can help you. There is so much new science that we are not being made aware of, and those are the things that can give you hope and let you know there are lots and lots of good people out there doing good things and making change, and we don't need to focus on the negative. We can create that change, and it starts in your own life. You create peace and happiness and contentment and abundance in your own life, and it spreads. We don't need to do big things out there unless you really are driven to do that, if you feel called to do that. But just think, when each person changes their own life and their own environment, and they have the ability to help their families and their neighborhoods and their communities, that's what changes the world. And that's what these techniques that I teach and that I coach on allow you to do. It is what I use in my life every single day. I don't go through life like I'm on a high. I get affected by the things out there and the things going on in life also. But I sit down every day and use these techniques and change it. I don't ever stay in that deep, dark place. I change what's going on inside of me and then focus my energy, and I see amazing things happening in the world around me, in my little world that I live in, and then I'm able to spread that out further into the world. So please sign up, listen to these stories, see if they make sense to you, incorporate them into your life, and stay tuned for the new studies and all of the things that should be inspiring us and giving us hope and helping us know that we are going to change the world and we are going to turn things around. Just get started today with the stories.